presidential update stuff.
This was fucking great, man.
Joe Biden.
This made me laugh all weekend.
Joe Biden.
This guy's my favorite, man. I want him to win. I want him
He's
to win
not
the
going to.
nomination. I know. But I want him to win the nomination. I want to see Trump versus this old kook.
So this
would be the greatest. It would be the greatest presidential debate.
Oh, yeah.
In history. It would be better than Nixon Kennedy. It would just be.
Joe Biden tells a story of facing down. Well, you know what? I'll just play. I don't want to give. I'll just play.
I learned a lot, and I learned that it makes a difference. This was the diving board area, and I was one of the guards, and they weren't allowed to. There was a 3-meter board, and if you fell off sideways, you landed on the darn cement over there. And Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did. And back in those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap.
And we wore an onion on our belt, which was the style at the time.
First off, he's terrible at telling the story. He hasn't explained who Corn Pop is yet.
No, he has not.
No.
But he also just literally did we hung an onion from our belt.
I know.
Which was the style at the time. He is Grandpa Simpson.
Presidential candidate yells at cloud.
He's Abe Simpson.
He really is. And over there was Corn Pop.
If somebody reenacted this, story as Abe Simpson telling it, wouldn't it just fit perfectly? It would just feel like a Simpsons
I wish
episode.
We could get Dan Castellaneta just to take this entire thing,
like just
a 2-minute clip, and have
Corn Pop ran with a bunch of people. Like what?
And so he was up on the board, wouldn't listen to me. I said, "Hey, Esther, you, off the board, or I'll come up and drag you off." Well, he came off, and he said, "I'll meet you outside." My car, these were all public housing behind it. My car, there was a gate out here. I parked my car outside the gate. And he said, "I'll be waiting for you." He was waiting for 3 guys in straight razors.
Was he fighting the Warriors? This
really feels like he was fighting with.
Did he fall asleep to the fucking Beat It video?
I feel like he was fighting the bad older kids from Stand By Me. Kiefer Sutherland and his guys. Better get away from these train tracks.
Did a bunch of greasers show up?
Yeah, did River Phoenix save you?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Not a joke.
I was out there with my friends, River Phoenix and Corey Feldman, and the fat guy who was on Sliders later on. The one who fucked the chick that left him for John Stamos.
Now many people know this. I know karate. So I karate kicked the straight razor right out of their hands. This is so fucking nuts.
I parked my car outside the gate. And he said, "I'll be waiting for you." He was waiting for 3 guys in straight razors. Not a joke. There's a guy named Bill Wright, Mouse, the only white guy, and he did all the pulls.
Look at all the black people behind him. He's pandering right now. He's trying to be like, I'm from the streets. I'm going to fight a guy named Corn Pop with a straight razor.
Hold on. But he's talking about the only white guy. I got to hear this next part.
Straight razors. Not a joke. There's a guy named Bill Wright, Mouse, the only white guy, and he did all the pulls. He was the mechanic. And I said, "What am I going to do?" He said, "Come down here in the basement where mechanics, where all the pool filter is."
Do you feel bad? I'm feeling bad. Like I'm honestly.
Remember the memes?
This is.
Remember Cool Joe?
Yeah.
Obama, cool memes.
BFF bracelets.
He ain't saving you, Joe. He ain't coming to save you, Joe. Obama could have came and cleaned this fucking whole situation up in
a heartbeat.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for coming. There's free hot dogs out there, $65,000 worth. Thank you so much.
I'm going to shoot a jump shot in my mom jeans.
Going to roll up my sleeves. Never going to wear a tie because it looks like I'm busy. I like that.
Basement where mechanics, where all the pool filter is.
Right.
You know the chain, used to be a chain that went across the deep end.
Okay, Pop.
And these just cut me. What happened? Where'd it go? Joe Biden was stabbed today.
And he cut off a 6-foot length of chain. He folded up. He said, "You walk out."
So wait. I'm sorry, I gotta back up.
He beat him with a chain.
Now, he has a weapon.
He has a chain.
He's spinning a chain like a Batman Forever bad guy.
And also, chains are not good weapons. I don't care how many times you played the game River City Ransom for NES. Swinging a chain it's only good in those games.
Does he think he's Ghost Rider?
He thinks he's Simon Belmont.
Yeah. What are you doing? Joe!
So I went out there like Castlevania. It's like, what?
The deep end. And he cut off a 6-foot length of chain. He folded up. He said, you walk out with that chain.
Why would a pool cleaner have links of chain?
Long story short, when I became vice president, I came back and made sure that man was fired for cutting a chain that was government property. It was company property.
Cut off a 6-foot length of chain. He folded up. He said, you walk out with that chain. And you walk to the car and say, you may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this chain around your head.
And at the end of the story, long story short, I was stabbed multiple times with razors. That's how that would end.
So he stood up to 3 guys with razor blades, and he threatened to lynch them? Because remember, he said this other dude was the only white guy. No, let's dig into this in this make-believe story. He said the other dude, this Billy guy, the guy that gave him the chain, was the only other white guy, right? So you were threatening to lynch black people that had straight razors?
With a chain.
With a chain. I guess you'll be putting them back in chains.
With that chain. And you walk to the car and say, you may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this chain around your head. I said, you kidding me? He said, no, if you don't come back. And he was right. So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And they had, in those days, you used to remember the straight razor. You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty.
Nobody remembers that, Joe.
Why? Who did that?
Why would you do that? It would make it a less effective weapon.
Did you then slash the tires of a Model T?
Why would I make a weapon less offensive? Like,
I don't know what he's doing.
right? Like, you would want that straight razor to be fresh out of
First
the
off,
box.
look at all the people. I don't know if you remember. They're 12. None of them remember because nobody did. I never shaved.
I don't know if you all remember the old black and white television sets. Joe, they don't remember 9/11.
What are you doing?
What are you talking about? But yeah, and then remember we make the blazer blades rusty? Why would you do that? A straight razor? If you had a razor.
Bob Tech goes, rain barrel?
Oh my God, he's right. Everything about this
things that
story.
you have to pick up.
It's everything about this story is great.
Okay. There's still more. This is a 2-minute clip, and all of it has been amazing.
You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty. And I looked at him, but I was smart then. I said, first of all,
I'm going to 23 skidoo on out of here.
It is the most out of touch fucking display have I ever, like, I mean, this, even for a politician, like this is taking Elizabeth Warren's awkwardness, Kamala Harris's dishonesty, Cory Booker's bad acting and lies, and going, oh yeah, I'll show you, and I will beat all of you at your own game. And what is resulting is a literal cartoon character. He's Abraham Simpson.
It's ridiculous.
when I tell you get off the board, you get off the board, and I'll kick you out again, but I shouldn't have called you Esther Williams. I apologize for that.
Who's Esther Williams?
Was Corn Pop.
No, but I shouldn't have called you Esther Williams.
Because he was saying, like, had to respect his street name. You got to put respect on his name.
Oh,
See, the whole disagreement originated. I've been trying to follow this, Royce, as best I can.
No, he called him Esther Williams because Esther Williams was a 1921, an actress, an American swimmer.
Okay.
So this makes it worse. He thought somebody was going to... Let me show you a picture of Esther Williams. Let me show you. So she was a swimmer like in the 40s.
Black person?
No.
Okay.
So swimmer in the 40s. This is Esther Williams. Here's a... That's Esther Williams.
Esther Williams could have gotten it.
So he's referring to a 1940s swimmer in his story to be in touch with the youth.
He's doing.
He thinks he's going to be president?
He also
I
thinks it's
apologize.
1968, and he thinks he's going to beat Richard Nixon. So I don't know. It's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts.
Nixon.
When I tell you get off the board, you get off the board, and I'll kick you out again. But I shouldn't have called you, Esther Williams. I apologize for
I
that.
should have called you a boo.
I apologize.
These kids are like, who is Esther Williams?
But I didn't know that apology was going to work.
Ma, she related to Serena Williams.
No. No.
He said, you apologize to me? I said, I apologize for that. Not for throwing you out, but I apologize for what I said.
What a boring,
He said,
what
okay,
a
close
fucking
the stri-
non-event. What a non-event story.
So you set up all these cool weapons in your fucking fake story and you didn't even get to them?
So I said, Corn Pop, I respect you. And he said, I respect you, Vice President Joe Biden. I was like, what is happening?
Great Razor, and my heart began to beat again.
And then I walked around the vice presidential house naked and disturbed many female staffers, according to a story from the Daily Wire. Or was it the Daily Beast?
It was a former Secret Service agent that wrote a book about it. So, he's really connecting with the youth. Wow, man. I really don't see any of these candidates beating Trump. You saw Elizabeth Warren, what came out?
You know, I got these scars. I was picking on a guy named Corn Pop.
So somebody actually now has a copy of Elizabeth Warren's bar application, like the American Bar Association application, and she wrote American Indian. American Indian, she wrote under her race. Remember, this is the same Elizabeth Warren that says, I've never used my Native American ancestry to get me ahead. I don't know, man. I don't know who's going to...
Somebody said this is please clap levels of awkward. No, this takes Jeb Bush's please clap to... How do you even remember please clap after this? This was the most embarrassing display I've ever seen.
Sorry.
Bless you.
I apologize. I'm allergic to straight razors. Remember, Mike, when me and you were kids, we used to bang our straight razors on the ground?
No.
And then we put them in rain barrels?
No, I don't know what a rain barrel
So they would get
like.
rusty?
I don't even know what a rain barrel would look like. I'm assuming it's some sort of barrel.
Right, like Donkey Kong would break them and bananas would come out. Mexi Max and Cheese, $2. I'm a comic in LA. LA has gotten so much worse in the past 10 years. The left-wing BS mixed with Joe Rogan's whatever, man, just be cool with each other vibe to create nannies with septum piercings and 5 roommates. Moved, like, anywhere.
Now.
Yeah, now, before
Run.
it's too late.
Run to the new comedy hotspot, which will be Idaho, where Joe Rogan goes.